And tonight on our Great American Panel, he's a Democratic pollster. He has worked with Bill Clinton. Fox News contributor Doug Schoen is back. He, an Emmy and Peabody Award-winning comedian who is headlining at the Gotham Comedy Club.
Why once? You
What?
once.
I don't know where you're
It's the word
headlining.
comedy. It's got 5 letters in it.
Oh, good. Comedy Club.
By the way,
But he's not funny. Don't go.
I'm not harassing you. You look very handsome tonight.
Oh, not
as nice
Do
as
that
Brett.
again when you're on camera. Wait, yeah, exactly. See? But there is real sexual harassment. We'll get to that in a second.
Yes.
Also, she was the former spokeswoman for the House Republican Conference, currently the executive director of Public Notice. Gretchen Hamill is here. There is real sexual harassment, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, but apparently this isn't it. If a woman says not of a gesture, not of a sexual nature, I can't even imagine what that might
No,
be.
and this is really bad that we have 2 allegations. There's no source. There's no specific allegation of harassment. There was a settlement 15 years ago.
Yeah.
What role does this have in a presidential race?
Yeah, well, it's politics as usual, which is unfortunate. But look, I don't speak German. But if you asked me if this is going to hurt him, I'd say 999. That's.
I mean, it's out there, and whether it's real or not, it's all about how you respond right now. And he cannot contradict himself. He has to be clear and concise in his answers and stay on message.
Look, I would argue that he was probably a little slow out of the gate in responding.
Yes.
That said, he came out forcefully, defended himself today, and I thought he did a good job. He's on with Greta coming up after this. And, at that point, what do you do? How do you say...
Everybody has skeletons in the closet.
Yes.
I mean, it's going to be. He's a front runner now. It's going to have. Look, you have skeletons. Tell people about the time you voted for Mondale. Tell them.
You are out of your mind.
Tell
You
them
wanna
about
talk-
your Dukakis footy pajamas. Tell them.
All right, can I just say, tell us about the time you went to a camp and was swimming
Yes,
naked.
the boys' club. We would have naked swim from 7 to 9.
All right, you know what? That is
Am I
strange.
alone on this?
Doesn't this just...
You're alone on that,
Doesn't
yeah.
all of this just degrade our politics?
Yeah.
To be serious for a second?
Yeah.
Doesn't it just lower us into the gutter? Doesn't it make solving problems and talking about...
Wait a minute. But think of how the media and even feminist liberals, I mentioned Eleanor Smeal, Gloria Steinem, they all protected Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton was accused of saying...
And so did I,
listen,
by the way.
Bill Clinton was
Proudly.
accused of
He's a good
assault.
president.
What?
He was a good president. He deserved to have his rights protected. And you know what? So does Herman Cain.
Right.
All right, but wait a minute. We know in that case that he prevented a lawsuit from going forward of a woman
Yes.
that brought it, and it was, he was, remember the law license issue at the end of that?
Oh, yeah. I mean, there were lots of issues about that. And it's a sad state when we're sitting here talking about this and our unemployment is so high and we've got $15 trillion in debt. It's about, we need to get back to the real issues.
Yeah.
But it's up to him to respond to this in the appropriate way.
Not only do you work at this stupid comedy club that I can't pronounce, but...
It's called Gotham Comedy
I got
Club.
it. All right. But wait a minute. The liberals are supposed to be all upset.
What are you looking at me
Is your
for?
boss
I don't
wait a minute.
represent liberals.
Is your boss...
I don't want to talk about him. I want to talk about me. Go ahead.
Is he going to be upset? Is he going to show all the tapes of how the liberals reacted to Bill Clinton?
I don't-
and then how they react to Herman Cain?
I don't know. Probably not, because it's a left-leaning show. But I mean,
At least he's honest,
hello?
right? He's honest. You got
You're
to
sitting
give
in the
him
middle
that.
of Fox News. Don't talk to me about bias.
Fox News, I am a conservative.
I understand that.
He doesn't admit
I
he's a
happen to
liberal.
agree with you that this isn't fair. I'm a lawyer, by the way. I don't practice anymore.
You are not a
It's
lawyer.
pretty
I
clear.
am.
Sean, it's pretty clear that we're just getting away from real issues. This isn't liberal and conservative. This is right and wrong.
But do you really think
this
this is ever going to change? Really?
Yeah, I do, because this is the greatest country in the world, and we can only maintain that position by coming together to solve problems.
Well, you're kumbaya. I
No,
don't
it isn't
believe it's gonna
kumbaya.
happen.
It's
Listen, I'm gonna
realism,
tell you,
Sean.
With the incendiary charges of racism, I got to tell you, I think this is going to be the worst, absolutely over-the-top campaign we've
will.
ever seen in
yeah.
our life.
It
will
will.
be.
I'm going to do everything I can to make
By
sure.
the way, you're a comedian and a lawyer?
Yeah.
What do you
Yeah.
call a lawyer at the bottom of the ocean?
What?
A good start.
Okay, I feel harassed right now.
All right, good. What are you going to sue me? Go ahead.
Do you want to make an allegation?
Yes,
Should we
I
call
do.
Politico?
I was actually going to touch you, but I don't know if I should do
No,
that.
don't.
because you're
Well,
beautiful.
And don't
We'll
say
buy you
hi.
out.
I'll touch you.
I'll
We'll
touch
buy
you
you out.
later.
You're beautiful, and then you try to harass him.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly. I've got an agreement in my pocket.
I thought you were going to kiss him next.
Everybody's done things
he
that are
kisses
wrong.
me,
They
it'll
tried to
cost him
cover it up.
more.
You gave me $5 to not tell people that your show steals Snapple from Greta Van Susteren.
I gave you $100 for that. All right, we'll continue now with our great American panel. So we had Tim Tebow, who's now the quarterback for Denver, on the program. I really liked him. I think his book was great. He talks a lot about his faith. He's not shy about it. Anyway, and we know the weekend before, this was not the best weekend, but the weekend before he had an amazing comeback. They were down, what, 14-0, 15-0,
yeah.
and he comes back and he wins 15 with 5:38 left in the game, a major comeback. Anyway, so here he is, a Christian, standing up for his faith, and Detroit Steve Tulloch, sacked Tebow, and then he mocks his Christianity by doing this. What do you think of that? I thought that was a cheap shot.
Ridiculous. Can't we just play football? I mean,
but I've often seen players huddle together, say a prayer either before or after a game.
They're always thanking Jesus, They are after games.
No.
No, and that's fine. I mean, I think it was inappropriate too. I mean,
Albert Pujols would go,
Right.
Thank you, God.
Right. Yeah,
remember
absolutely. I mean, if you
Sammy
really want to
Sosa?
mock Tebow, you don't do that. What you do is you throw a limp-wristed pass for a 5-yard loss, and that's a mocking of Tebow. That's the thing that gets you. Come on, he can't throw from the pocket.
He
may be able to walk on water like Jesus, but he cannot throw from the pocket.
But he had an amazing comeback.
He did.
One of the best in NFL history.
what is
For
the
one
record
game.
of Denver? 1-7.
He's only played 2 games in the NFL. Give the guy a break. He's a freshman quarterback. You guys
Go ahead.
I'm an Oklahoma Sooner, so full disclosure, so we know
you love
that.
J.C. Watts.
Yes.
I used to work for the man.
All
so,
right,
yes.
good.
But, I do think this was a little bit disgraceful. It was in bad taste. But at the end of the day, mocking is a part of sports.
Yes.
And Tim Tebow, little Tebow, got penalized
Let's say
2 years
he
ago, back in
was-
2009, by chomping the OU Sooners.
Wait a minute. Let's say that he was mocking Islam.
Oh.
Wait a minute.
I'm just saying.
A Danish cartoonist.
I did say it was in bad
Is there a
taste.
double standard?
I did
There
say
is,
it was in
and
bad
you're right.
taste.
But the bottom line is you're expecting a lot from NFL roided-up football players who don't know how to behave. These guys.
How do you know they're roided up?
Look at them. Who can run a 4.3 at 450 pounds?
I can do
It's
4.3.
350.
What on a scooter? on one of those
bicycle.
hover arounds?
No, when I'm skating.
But look, the reality is with these guys, it's sort of like. Gretchen's exactly right. They're big kids. Kids taunt. When you were in college, you were a men's synchronized
Big
swimmer,
kids don't
right?
taunt in front of 100 million people on TV.
Oh, they do
Our society
too.
gets degraded by this kind of behavior. We should say right is right and wrong is wrong.
Sports. They're
Projecting
playing
your
with
It's
naked
life.
They're
women's
playing
stories
with
on me.
football.
You're the one that swam naked
You
in
would
camp.
taunt other synchronized swimmers. You would.
Taunt. What sports did you play as a kid?
I swam. I was a swimmer.
Yeah, exactly.
Sean,
Naked
I
swim,
played
Mike.
football. I was small but slow.
You did.
Small but slow.
What did you-
Oh, I didn't play sports. I was a 4-H and FFA girl. So, yeah,
You
I
didn't
know.
play any sports at
No,
all?
I
That is terrible. All right. We got more crony capitalism. We got another energy firm that got millions from the Obama administration, $43 million, Massachusetts company. So we've got, let's see, SunPower gets $1.2 billion. We've got how much for Solyndra? $535 million. In this case, $43 million. We've got money going to a company in Finland for electric cars. And Obama's done a great job with the stimulus. You're the big lib here. You work for a liberal program. So
I do not come
explain-
down liberal on every issue. You know that.
Okay, but a lot of them.
No, some. It depends.
Some.
So
They
what
get
do you think?
swimming. I'm all for that.
This is the kind of thing that should be talked about and could hurt Obama badly.
I agree with
And
you.
there's lobbyist money involved as well. There's quid pro quos. It's bad news for the president.
See, I agree. The fact that the bundlers got 4 days access to the
Right.
White House, he's not going to allow lobbyists in his White House. So 4 days access, then they get $535 million.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking that is...
It's wrong. It's the wrong use of taxpayer funds, and the government needs
How
to get
about
out of
corrupt?
It's very corrupt. And
Almost illegal.
Can we stop calling it crony capitalism? Because you're tearing down capitalism with
Yeah, it's
that.
crony
It's
communism.
just cronies. It's helping your
Because he's
friends
a
out.
crony socialism, because your president's a socialist.
Why am I the target? I didn't listen. I mean, this happens in every administration, Republican or Democrat.
blah, blah.
Oh, there's no
it
lobbying on the
does,
Republican.
it does.
Okay,
Right,
but this
the bottom
president
line is-
said no lobbyists.
Look, clearly. He's handling this poorly, and his administration is.
You're
they
struggling tonight.
They need a book called "Investing in Energy Companies for Dummies."
Dummies, yeah,
And then
Investing
And
101.
then they need to burn the book for energy. Maybe this is a plan.
This is more losing elections
It
for
is.
dummies. This is the kind of
Right.
thing that can move votes
right.
and cost them.
You better hope there's liberals at the Gotham Comedy Club.
Don't
November
worry, there
4th
are.
and 5th. Are you coming? I got a hotel room. You know what I'm saying? Later, we'll party.
Now, bring Stewart. He's your buddy. All right.
This might be a plan for Obama by how all these companies shut down, and he says, see, I'm saving energy by having these companies not operate.
No,